Hi, everybody. My name is Ruham Manzoor, and I'm the managing partner of Maces. Today, we have with us one of our oldest partners in the UK, and I'm so proud to be, affiliated with them. Maces is, it's such a privilege to be working with University of Nottingham, and we have with us our old friend Emma Winter, who is the international officer looking after our market. So, Emma, hi. How are you?
Yeah, really well, thank you. Delighted to be on the show today as well and be able to talk to all your students.
Yeah, I mean, so basically, we started working with Nottingham back in 2009. So it was the first Russell Group university that we ever, start. Well, at that time we only have 5 universities, and you were our first. And you'll be happy to know. And we're so, that journey. We're now working with more than 100 UK universities, and I think we work with approximately 12 or 13 Russell Group universities that are there on our portfolio. So it's been a great ride, a great privilege. We're so happy to have you with us. Especially happy also to introduce today Anaf Ashikur Rahman. Anaf is one of our great students who is studying at the University of Nottingham. Hello, Anaf, how are you?
Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting me into this fantastic initiative of Maces. I'm really glad to join. Yeah, I'm great.
Anaf, it's a pleasure having you, and I'm going to have you introduce yourself in a bit. Emma, so tell me, tell us about yourself, how long you're working with Nottingham. By the way, I really love, especially that little handprint. I don't know what that is, but I really doing.
That's my chill zone. So I've got like a little burner with some oils for when I get stressed with work. It just takes the stress away. Yeah, really good. Thank you. Just to introduce myself. So I'm working at Nottingham for about 3 years. Looking after Bangladesh all the time. I've been with Nottingham as well. So it's been fantastic to be working with Macy's for so long, individually, not just as an institution as well. But yeah, I really, really love the role. My favorite thing about this job is supporting students and getting to talk to students as well and help them with their journey and deciding what's the best step for them in that journey as well. So absolutely delighted to be able to do that today.
So, for our students who are, listening in or watching, I just want to tell you that there's a lot in the background. So, we do the counseling and all that, and we make the application, but there's a lot in the background that happens, and especially many times Emma plays a very crucial part because application process is not always smooth. There are often problems, there are often issues, and Emma is one of the best conduits we have between us and Nottingham. They really know how to solve the issues, and in the end of the day, keep our students in mind. Speaking of students, we have, as I said, Anaf with us. Anaf, tell us about yourself. Tell us about yourself. What made you apply to Nottingham? What is your academic background and things like that?
Thank you. Obviously, what made me apply to Nottingham is that the country, United Kingdom itself, it is one of the oldest and the most traditional country for the education. And the most important thing is that the Nottingham itself is so prominent, so known for its education. It is one of the 100 top universities in the world. Apart from that, I have researched a bit into its insights and have seen that the University of Nottingham had, especially the subject which I'm studying, international relations. Politics is one of the top 15 subjects in this university. So that really attracted me to apply. Obviously, I would love to mention about scholarship. I was seeing that Nottingham is providing so many scholarships for the international students. The one of the which I have also got that in the Developing Solutions Master Scholarship for the international students. It is one of the university's regional scholarships. So these are some of the fantastic insights, and obviously there are some other.
You had offers from other Russell Group universities as well, right?
Yeah, I got the offer from the University of Birmingham. I got an offer from the University of Manchester as well. So apart from all of these, the scholarship itself attracted me the most because for these students, any students not from Bangladesh or from the international, any student scholarship is one of the very vital thing. A few of my friends also applied this year from Maces as well into the University of Nottingham, and they were also applying for the scholarship, and they asked me about how we can be successful in here. So yeah, these are the obviously.
Speaking of scholarship, actually, I must say we have had between our students alone over the last 10, 12 years, I think we have had more than $500,000 pounds in scholarships that our students alone have received. So that is an amazing thing, and they're generous, and this is very unique to Nottingham as well. But of course, cost is a factor, but the quality of education is one of the main factors that bring students to Nottingham, and they have such a big history. So that's, we will cover all of that, and we will cover a lot more during the question and answer session. Thank you, Anna, there. Emma, do you want to share your screen, and then perhaps we can go through a short presentation for our students. So those of you who are watching, what we'll do now is Emma will share her screen, and then she will take us through a journey of Nottingham, why Nottingham, and some of the things. And then we will get hopefully you will ask questions. You'll ask questions to not only Emma, but also to Anna, who's right now studying there. So yeah.
Great. I'm just going to see if this works. It's not letting me just share my screen, so just going to see if.
Oh, here we go. Something is happening. Yes. So I will add to that. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So I can see your whole screen.
And can you see the presentation now? I've just got that. Is that working?
No, I can see the whole screen. So the presentation screen, I think, is in full screen. So you need to maybe change that, and then we can see.
So it's not letting me share my entire screen, but I think it will let me share this.
There you go. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, great. Wow. So I'll start off then and talk a little bit about the university, starting off with our global reputation. So as Ruhan was talking about, we are a Russell Group university. So one of the top universities here in the UK. If you're not sure what a Russell Group is, then the easiest kind of crossover is the Ivy League in the United States. It's kind of that top level of UK institutions. So we are top 100 QS ranked university as well, and top 20 in the UK. I won't go through all of our rankings on this page, but if you want to kind of take a read whilst I'm talking through it, then go ahead. I have highlighted some of our key areas. So as Anaf was alluding to, we do have some really highly ranked subject areas. So particularly I'd like to point out engineering, sports science, veterinary science, health sciences as well. And pharmacy are some of the top ranked subjects at our university. And then finally, we have been voted Sports University of the Year this year. So if you are a student that's interested in sports, we've invested a lot in our sports facility on campus. And we also have sports scholarships as well. So if you played at a national or international level, then that's something you can be considered for as part of your application. So just to talk a little bit about careers as well. So careers is something that we put in the heart of everything we do at Nottingham, and we're extremely well ranked for careers as well. So top 10 in the UK for employability and top 70 in the world. So really well ranked and really highly recognised in terms of our degree value. We have really good links with industry. So for example, for engineering, we work with BP, Rolls-Royce, Land Rover and Shell, just to name a few of the companies that we work with and come onto campus and give talks, as well as look for our graduates for employment opportunities as well. So just to go through that in a little bit more detail, so what else can you do to support your career whilst you study? So we do have a postgraduate placements team. They allow you to find opportunities whilst you're working. We have an excellent uni temp service, so they can help you find those part-time or short-term job opportunities, either on or off campus as well, and they can be mixed opportunities. So they tend to be more work experience, or how do you imagine work experience type opportunities rather than just something that earns you a bit of money. We also have the Business School Ingenuity Labs. That's a fantastic opportunity for any entrepreneurs that are listening today and want to start their own business. So you could do that in Nottingham through the lab, and you'll have support from the business school in setting that up as well, and free advice on contracts, investment proposals and marketing. Finally, we have something called the Nottingham Advantage Award. So one of the key things that employers are looking for are those soft skills, and the Advantage Award really helps you gain those soft skills whilst you're studying and gives you a certificate and award for that undertaking as well. Just quite nice to highlight a few alumni. So I'm not going to go through everyone on the page, but just a few kind of key discoveries and our Nobel Prize winners as well. So we have alumni Stuart Adams, who developed the painkiller ibuprofen back in the 1960s. We have two Nobel Prize winners. So Professor Peter Mansfield developed the MRI scan, and we still do a lot of work around brain imaging here in the University of Nottingham. We have Sir Clive Granger for economics, who also won a Nobel Prize as well. And our School of Economics continues to be one of our strongest schools within the university as well. Then finally, just to point out Jonathan Van Tam, who's become a bit of a celebrity here in the UK. You may or may not have seen him, but he's been on the news a lot with Boris Johnson, and he's our Chief Medical Officer for England and advising the government a lot at the moment, particularly in regards to the vaccination rollout here in the UK. So I'll just talk a little bit about the location and student community. So one thing to say about Nottingham is we're extremely international. So we have over 34,000 students based in the UK, and around 9,000 of those are international students, so a really strong international community. We have campuses in China and Malaysia, and we're one of the first universities to do that as well, to have those global campuses. We have a massive alumni community, so over 280,000 graduates. I think that's close to about 300,000 now. So an extensive network for you to tap into after you've graduated from the university. One of the things that we were talking about just before we came live on this session was the campus itself. So our main campus is a 300 acres parkland campus. It's really, really beautiful campus, lots and lots of open space. It doesn't feel like you're in a university, is what we were saying earlier. It feels more like you're in a park. There's so much green space and so much to explore. So a really beautiful place to study. And what makes it a bit different than other campus universities is you're still really, really close to the city centre. So you're still only 15 minutes away from the city itself. So it's kind of that perfect balance of campus life, but still having that link to the city. And what's the city like? So you may have seen on the previous map, but Nottingham is in the middle of England, just under 2 hours from London. It's a fairly middle-sized city, so you get to feel your way around and get to know the city very, very quickly. And we have a really large student population because we have two universities in Nottingham. We're an extremely safe city, so we've been awarded the Purple Flag Award every year since 2010, and this is an award for safety in the cities. Very eco-friendly, so as I mentioned, all the green space at Nottingham, but we're actually the third in the world for sustainability as a university. It's an extremely sustainable university. There's an excellent art scene here in the city, so there's loads to do. Even in the situation that we're in at the moment, a lot of the activities, festivals, events have moved online, and they're still engaging with the community as well, and there's still lots to do, even in a lockdown situation. And we do have the most independent shops outside of London as well, so kind of that ingenuity entrepreneurship is a big spirit of the city. Finally, it's been recently described by the Sunday Times Best Places to Live as fun, funky and affordable. I definitely would agree with that on all accounts. I'll just very briefly talk about our subject areas. We have over 500 degree programs across 5 faculties, so a lot of choice for you to choose from. You can see some of the different schools outlined on the screen now, but some of the most popular for Bangladesh are business, economics, medicine, engineering, education, and sociology as well, just to name a few, but they're some of our most popular areas. Just to go over our entry requirements and the scholarships that we have. So our entry requirements are slightly complicated, so it does depend which institution you've graduated from. So we have 27 institutions where we accept your bachelor's award, and for that we'd accept around 3.2 to 61% GPA. If you don't come under those 27 institutions, then we'd look for you to have graduated at master's level with the same GPA, but it will be master's level to do a master's in the UK. So because of that, I'd always really recommend reaching out to Macy's or myself and just checking with us that that you meet those requirements and that your institution is either in a direct entry or non-direct entry and needing to do masters as well. The other factors to consider are things like IELTS or English language. So we are accepting TOEFL Home Edition as one of the extra tests that you can do in the current situation. Most of our courses require about 6.5, no less than 6, but it does vary from program to program. And the final thing, if you're interested in a PhD, then you would have to identify a supervisor before applying. So fees vary quite dramatically depending on your course, but tend to range from about £19,000 to £30,000 per year for postgraduate students. We do have a Postgraduate Excellence Awards among other scholarships that I'll go over in a moment, but that's valued at £4,000 to £8,000 or £6,500 to £12,000 if you're coming from our engineering faculty. Just very quickly, the same again, but for undergraduates. So typically our undergraduate requirements are BBB to AAA at A level and 30 to 36 at the IB. Again, fees vary from about £17,000 to £25,000 per year, and medicine tends to be much higher, so around £30,000, and then increases in the latter years as well. We do have an undergraduate award for excellence of £7,000, and I'll go over some of our subject-specific scholarships as well. So for computer science, that's for both undergraduate and postgraduate, and is valued at 50%, 25% or 10% reduction in your fees. And that comes off your course each year as well. So really, really good scholarship if you're applying for computer science. You need your offer first, and then you'll apply through the school's website. For the business school, we have scholarships for both the MSc and the MBA. If you're looking at this year entry, then we have given out all our larger awards, and we just have 25% awards now available. If you're looking for next entry, we'll probably be revising our scholarships, but we tend to have a range in place that includes 25, 50 and 75% scholarships. But kind of keep an eye on the website for more information closer to the time of applying. Some other scholarships I'd like to mention. So Developing Solutions Scholarship is valued at 50 to 100% of your tuition fee covered. You make the application for this award plus the scholarships for excellence through the My Nottingham portal. So you need your offer first, and then you make a formal application through us. But what's really fantastic is the university will highlight the awards that you're eligible for, and it is a fairly sort of easy, straightforward process as well. Finally, I'd just like to end on a really nice story from one of our recent graduates who actually came through Macy's as well. So we're celebrating 20 years of Developing Solutions Award this year. So we spoke to Adiba, who was awarded the scholarship last year. She was on our Environmental Leadership and Management course. And a real testament again to that career service that we have here in the university. She's already secured a job, even in the current circumstances, as a research officer for the International Centre for Climate Change. I won't read out everything that she's put here. You can, again, read it on our website. But I really like her final line, so I'll just read that out to you. So my advice to future scholars would be to set a goal for yourself and then do everything you can to achieve that goal. Goals are realistic targets of our dreams. Do not be afraid to dream. When actions match ambition, wonderful things can happen. And I think that's something to kind of take away, not just for applying for scholarships, but applying to university, applying to when you're studying at university, and applying to what you put into your career as well. Just kind of giving it your all. And when those actions match ambition, wonderful things definitely do happen. So you can read about Adiba and other students on our Bangladesh page. So if you want to find out more, a really good resource is just to Google University of Nottingham, Bangladesh, and it should take you to the country page with all the information that I've just gone over as well. What I'd also like to highlight are just a couple of useful links and tips. So again, when looking at the university, it's really nice to take a look at our YouTube videos. You can see a really great tour of the city that's just gone up recently on there. Also, we have a chat to a student function So you can access that by the following link. So www.nottingham.ac.uk/virtual/chat. But if you just go to nottingham.ac.uk/virtual, it will take you through quite a lot of our online resources. We have a lot of courses and taster sessions online as well. So it really gives you a feel of what it's like to study at the university and experience a bit of an online open day. And then finally, as I mentioned, the university itself is stunning, and it's probably one of our biggest pulls for students. And the thing that they always say they miss so much when they leave, and the reason they kind of fall in love with studying here as well. So what you can do now is take a virtual tour of the university, and it comes with videos of different parts of the campus as well. So I'd really recommend doing that and just having a look around Nottingham online when you have the chance as well. And that's everything from me. So my email's on the screen, but again, you can reach out to Macy's and they'll get in touch with me as well. If you have any questions, I'll be able to pass on my email as well, but we'll be taking questions now. So I'll hand back to
Wow.
you.
So that was great. Oh yeah. I mean, it's thank you so much, Emma, for a wonderful presentation. I took your removed it because we wanted to give more space to you
Yes.
to answer the question. The thing is, and I must say, your business incubator, which you have running, was so impressive. So those of you who don't know, University of Nottingham for graduates have this incubator program where in their final year they submit a proposal to the university. And it's like, I don't know if you have seen the show Dragon's Den or Shark Tank. So it's basically a board that sits and decides to either support or not. In fact, 2 or 3 of our students are already on there doing incubator projects. So, it is really interesting. So people come up with their ideas, and then they're given office space and funding, and more importantly, the resources around the university help those students find, like for example, somebody is looking after funding, somebody might be giving the technical support, the lab support, and then those ideas then go into fruition. So it is a really great incubator project that University of Nottingham has. The other thing is we've seen, the scholarships. Of course, you've covered the Developing Solutions Scholarship, the Business School Scholarship, the Engineering School Scholarship. So, there is a lot happening in that area. And this is something really, I must say, very unique to Nottingham in the UK. I mean, a lot of universities have scholarships here and there, but very few has the scale of, University of Nottingham. So, I don't know if I've covered before, but I mean, we did some kind of an average calculation over the last 10 years. I think just our students, like Mace's students, I think University of Nottingham has given more than 400,000 or 500,000 pounds in scholarships to them. So, that's a really big legacy. So, we've been doing this for a long time. And of course, it has to do with academic excellence, your goals after graduation, all those things together help a student decide. So, those of you who are interested in scholarships, please get in touch with us. We actually help you and guide you, because there are application processes for especially the Developing Solutions Scholarship, and you have to write an essay. So we can help you identify, what is being looked for. I mean, from the university's perspective, because a lot of times we don't understand. Like, for example, we have had a student who applied for the scholarship, and in the scholarship, I mean, this is a very good student, first of all, working in as a professor, or not professor, but as a lecturer in a university. And the student, when they asked for the scholarship, the reason they gave was, I want to apply for the scholarship because I need the scholarship. I mean, I think Nottingham should give me the scholarship because I need the scholarship. But actually, that's not how it works. A lot of people need scholarships. But it's not a need-based thing. It's about understanding what will the university gain from giving that scholarship. As in, are you going to get the scholarship, use the money, finish your education, and develop Bangladesh in a way that other people can't. So it's about giving that story. So we can certainly help you put that story together. Of course, for you. I mean, based on your story, we can make it. But anyway, as you can see, I can talk all day about this. There are a few questions, and I have some questions myself. So Mohammed Rashid asked, I'm a lawyer, and I want to study postgraduate diploma in law in UK. Is there any scholarships for PDDL? Now, postgraduate diploma in law, do you have anything like that, Emma?
No, so we tend to just offer, scholarship-wise, we tend to just offer for masters and masters of research. So we wouldn't have anything funding-wise. I don't think we offer any diplomas in the law. Quite a few of our courses do offer either a master's or a diploma, but I think in law we don't have.
Rashid, to answer your question, University of Nottingham offers, I mean, this is a university which usually tends to concentrate on bachelor's and master's courses. If you're looking for postgraduate diploma, I think what you mean by that is, for example, the BPTC program or bar vocational course, that is a postgraduate diploma in law, in fact, but for that you need a qualifying law degree, which University of Nottingham does provide. So I don't know, I mean, if you've studied law in Bangladesh, you can either go for an LLM program at Nottingham, or you can go and do a graduate diploma in law, which is a one-year program in any other university, and then become a barrister as well. Next question is from Mez Edward. What is it like living in Nottingham as a student? Anaf, I think it's, if I were to guess, it's for you probably.
Yeah, actually, living in Nottingham, if I talk about the city is really buzzing. Once I came in September, October, I really got some flavor of the city. As Emma has already said about the city is very close from the campus. It is actually the transportation system is so easy that you can just Google the way and it will just show you from which way the transportation will start to pick you up, and it will just take around 5 to 10 minutes to the city center. The city has everything what you need to have, starting from the foods to the clothing to all other essential things, and every other all the essentials for the students and as well for the international ones. Living in the city is actually fun, but during the COVID time it is not actually that much happening at the moment. But it's still in kind of restrictions. But once the good news for the international students coming in the next intake in September, the city is going to be buzzing again, because the government has already informed that by July latest they are going to lift all the restrictions they are having at the moment. Yeah.
That is great. Now, tell me honestly, it's a 330-acre campus. How many times did you get lost?
Very honestly, I really got lost my track first few of the times I went to the campus, and I had to just search my Google to get out of the campus. It's big, and yeah, I just had to know all the things, but I really had to take some 5 or 6 times to know all the campus areas and some sort of things.
And Anna, what are you studying? Sorry, Emma, you still get lost. I can certainly believe that. It is a beautiful big campus. I think for those of you who are watching, please do take a campus tour. I mean, you'll be so pleasantly surprised. It really is a beautiful. I think it's one of the most beautiful campuses in the whole. Not tree or something like that. There are lots of secret gardens. It's like living in a park, as Anaf said. There is another question. I think this is for Emma as well, and I think you've answered that during the presentation, but just to entertain Adnan Muntasir, is there any opportunity to get scholarship in the MSc engineering field, like renewable engineering? Also, what are the current opportunities to get a job in the technical engineering field?
Yeah, really good question. So for engineering for scholarships, you'd be eligible for the Developing Solutions Scholarship, which is the 50 to 100% award, and the Postgraduate Excellence Award as well, which we consider use those larger engineering scholarships as part of that application. So one thing that's really worth pointing out to anyone listening is that you need to have an offer in place to apply for scholarships. So if you're looking still for this year, then try and get an application in as soon as possible, so you've got plenty of time to apply for those scholarships. In terms of job opportunities, in particular fields, I don't have a large sort of breadth of knowledge. But I would say, again, as I pointed out in the presentation, that there's a lot of career support here at the university. And I would say, particularly for engineering, as I highlighted, we have those really strong company links. We tend to offer, this is at undergraduate level, but we tend to offer a lot of placement opportunities. But because of that link at undergraduate, we have those company links at postgraduate as well. And there's still opportunities for students to do work experience with those organisations. And the main thing, and I would say this as a piece of advice for everyone to take away today, is as soon as you get to the campus, book an appointment with the careers team and just talk to them about the area that you're interested in, what specifically or where specifically you'd like to work, and then they can really help you with your journey whilst you're studying on campus, like what you need to build up in terms of skills, in terms of those soft skills that I mentioned as well, in terms of experience, to then when you graduate be in the best place for those types of roles.
And I will jump in here as well, because and I'll tell you, this has been a difficult year. Well, last year has been a difficult year, and it's still continuing because of COVID. I mean, no matter where in the world you are, businesses are having a hard time. I mean, sales are down. It's difficult, but it's very, very quickly. I mean, we are, like, human beings are resilient, and it's really, we can see that it's starting to pick up quite aggressively now. So a lot of businesses are back. The best thing is now, if you go to the UK and you graduate, you get the 2-year post-study work. So you have that opportunity to look for work as well. Now, so if you think about it, when you get a post-study work, that's just a visa. It's a visa for you to work. But in order to, you can't just get the visa. You have to really work. Now, how do you find work, or how do you maximize your chances of finding work? Now, obviously, if you go to any university, you can get a master's degree or education. But when you go and study at University of Nottingham or somebody like that, you can really increase your chances. Not just because, I mean, University of Nottingham, the degree itself, in terms of reputation, all the employers know what those of you who are from Bangladesh, আমি বাংলাই বলি, বাংলায় যারা বাংলাদেশি যারা আছেন, মানে যারা আইবিএ থেকে গ্রাজুয়েট করেছেন বা নর্থ সাউথ থেকে গ্রাজুয়েট করেছেন, হয়তো তাদের জব মার্কেটের ডিমান্ড অন্য ইউনিভার্সিটির থেকে অনেক বেশি, কারণ তাদের একটা যে জায়গায় তারা পড়েছেন সেই জায়গাটায় আপনার ঢুকতে গেলেও অনেক কষ্ট করা লাগে. So Nottingham is something like that. Not only that, I think the first job fair that happens is around November, maybe. Yeah. So you enter in September, and your first job fair is in November. So you can understand that you have to start your job search from a year. If you can do that, you do all the right things. Talk to the careers department, take their support. I don't see any problem, especially in a technical field. Finding a job should not be that difficult. But again, I mean, should not be that difficult in comparison to the fact that finding a job itself is difficult. So you can maximize your chances through that. Now, Araf, you're graduating this year, right? Are you excited about post-study work? Are you going to be applying for post-study work?
Yeah, I'm excited, but it's exactly as you have talked, that it's just an opportunity they're giving. The government is giving. They're giving us the visa, but the rest is on us, how we input our skills to get that work, because the government is not gonna give us the work. We are just gonna search it for ourselves. And yeah, university is going to help us a lot, as Emma has already said. It's a huge alumni, and the university has already emailed us that once we graduate, we're going to be added into the alumni, and it's really fantastic that they're helping us right from the very beginning, as we are a student right from the very beginning, and after we graduate, we will get that opportunities from the universities. Apart from that, job searching is not that much of a fun thing. You have to be very aware about that. You have been which sector you're gonna go, and that way it actually works. Yeah.
And this is a very good point, Anna, where searching for jobs in the UK is not like searching for jobs in Bangladesh, where you just give out your CV and hopefully somebody will pick it up. You have to really tailor make. We can have an entire session on job searches in the UK, but just to keep in mind, you need to really target what position you're applying, in what company. Your CV and cover letter needs to reflect that. So, in order to be successful. But that's for another session. Araf, this is another question for you. Emma, you knew he was going to be the one getting most of the questions, right? But so this is from Sadreen, and this is a very relevant question for international students from Bangladesh. So this is personal, of course. And of course, how expensive it is depends on individuals. For example, I have had students who are studying in Nottingham who paid, I think, £3,000 in rent per month. I have had students, Emma, it's crazy. I think you lived in a 5-star hotel or something. But I have had students who pay £200 per month in rent. So, it's really wide. So Anna, without divulging exact numbers, what is your average expenses per month? How much do you pay on rent? How much you pay on living expense and things like that? If you could share.
Yeah, but the rent is straightforward £500 a month, and but the living is, I would say, it's very cheap, or if not very, it is cheap, because in most of the cases, as I have found, like for the groceries, it doesn't take, and for the foodings, it doesn't take around more than 100 or 150 pounds a month. So it takes around 600 to 650 or 50 pounds a month for the living and fooding, apart from the tuition fees. Obviously, that is a different part, because living is it expensive? It is actually not expensive. Rather, to some extent, Bangladesh, I found Bangladeshi is expensive to live. It's pretty expensive, yeah. But here it's not that much. Yeah. It's a very good.
This is a very good point. Actually, I live in Toronto, and I must say, your pounds go a long way towards your basic human needs. I mean, for example, 5 kilo of rice, I think, costs £5. Or something like that. I mean, a loaf of bread is 97p. I mean, so if you're talking about expenses in Bangladesh, a loaf of bread is probably more than what it costs in UK. So if in terms of your, আমরা যদি বলি খাদ্য বস্ত্র বাসস্থান, মানে on the Maslow's theory of hierarchy, where the basic human needs are met, you can actually get by surprisingly cheap. But of course, one needs to understand that in the beginning you might need some help. There's a very good Bangladeshi society. I don't know how active they are now, but you can actually reach out to our students. Best thing is, if you apply through MACES, and this is one of the things we pride ourselves, we of course have every year we do a pre-departure briefing for our students joining, and also we often can introduce you to our previous students who can act as mentors or guides and help you find accommodation. So many students have been benefited through that. So, please do take advantage. And I'm not saying, take advantage because, MACES, but, we are, we work for MACES, and our services are 100% free. So, there is nothing literally for you to lose, but everything to gain. So we can put you in touch with university, we can put you in touch with students and help you through this journey and make it smooth. And also for visa, knock on wood, we've been doing this for 13 years. We've had no visa rejection. So, visa itself is enough reason to get to us. But though, we're not a visa processing, so please don't come to us for tourist visa applications. We don't do that. Now, it's surprising as it may sound, it does happen every now and then. The other thing is, you can get in touch with us through Facebook. You can message us. You can email us at mail@macesbd.com. You can call us at 017-5566-0012, and we'll be helping you with your application. Sorry, many more questions. And I think one for you, Natasha, Susanna, if I apply now for Master's in Clinical Care Program, can I expect the offer before the Developing Solution application deadline? So what is the deadline for Developing Solutions?
It's towards the end of April, I think, Developing Solutions. So you've got plenty of time. And we are, at the moment, processing applications in about sort of 4 to 5 weeks. So as long as you apply now, I think you would be fine to get it in time. One of the key things, again, and benefits of applying through MACES is that if your application does extend that kind of 4 or 5 weeks that we normally turn around in, they can chase it for us and kind of get on our backs and make sure we kind of process it.
This is a very good point, Emma. I mean, like for example, once you apply, I mean, when the deadline is arriving, we need to get the offer fast. I mean, Emma has been, and her team has been such a great support. We can send them a message that, hey, this student is going to apply for a Developing Solutions Scholarship. Everything is ready. Can we expedite the offer? And then we can get that. A lot of it. I've never been disappointed. I mean, they have always honored our request. Thank you so much, Emma. It's been such a pleasure to work with you. Then the question is, what kind of candidate are you looking for to award the scholarship? Ooh.
Yeah, a really nice question, because I think Ruham, when you were talking about it, you gave a really nice explanation as well. But just to summarize, it's kind of like a mix of things. So we do look at GPA, and we do tend to firstly filter students by GPA, so looking at the highest at the top, less at the bottom. But then we'll go through the answers to around, I think we have about sort of 16 questions now, so quite a few questions that we ask you as part of the application. And some of those key questions will be graded as well, and then it's your final score, depends on where you sit in terms of being awarded. But the key thing that we're looking for, as Ruham was saying, is what are you going to do with your degree? What's the reason for undertaking it? And how are you going to have a positive impact either on your area of research, your home country, if you plan to stay in the UK, what would be your impact of your degree? So that's really, really key to us. I think clarity of purpose from the student is really, really key. So understanding why they're doing a degree, why Nottingham, and again, an ambassador for the future. So how are you going to be a future ambassador for the university? So they're kind of key aspects in the questions that we would look at.
Yeah, I mean, so basically, those of you who are listening, just to summarize, you need to prove, especially the Developing Solutions Scholarship, you need to, there are 105, 30 full scholarships and 75, 50% scholarships. Now, those are designed to help students who would otherwise be unable to study in the UK, who have a real willingness to develop the country, which is Bangladesh, and who can, use that. So that kind of, that is the basic thing that they're looking for. So how are you going to use that degree to help? Now, we have had students, I mean, if you talk about some of the profile, we have had students who have been in teaching. So by teaching, you can develop a country because, if you're a teacher, you can impact the lives of many. Then there is, there are people who have, I had one person who got a 100% scholarship who didn't even have a great GPA, honestly. Like, he was just bare minimum. 3.2 was his GPA, which is the cutoff. But he had so many published work and such a great profile, he got that. I mean, so you need to prove through that, how you can do it. Now, the next question is, Wasi Muhammad, how are the courses selected for scholarship opportunities? I found various scholars included the Masters in Data Science or Masters in Data Analytics, but that would be part of the Developing Solutions sort of portfolio, right?
Yeah, for our university, actually, I think there's more in data science and data analytics. So for data science, it goes through the School of Computer Science. So you have computer science as well as the other scholarships that we've mentioned, like Developing Solutions. And then we don't have data analytics, we have business analytics. But again, the same story, they have their own scholarships and then also the central part as well. And if you've got a school-based scholarship and then a central scholarship, you can combine those awards. So that makes it obviously an even better opportunity if you've got 10% from one and then 50% from the other as well.
So Wasi, this is a very good opportunity because it's not only like you have the Developing Solutions, the school itself has some scholarships as well. But I must say, you're interested in business analytics, and I must say this is, we talked about jobs. This is one of the most high in demand subjects. I think economists said that data is the oil of the 21st century now? Yeah, 21st century. So, that is the oil industry. So where the oil was, that's data right now. And there is a lot of opportunities. So if you study in something like that, you can pretty much, in terms of return on investment, I don't think there is much to worry about. We have, almost come to the end. I mean, there were a lot of great questions. Thank you so much for those who watched. Emma, thank you so much for coming and presenting to us. It's always a pleasure to meet. Do you have anything last words, or the famous last words to say?
Just that it's obviously always fantastic to be able to speak to you all and to know that we're here to support you as well. So any questions that you couldn't get answered today, then do reach out to Macy's or myself and we can help you with that. And just to say again, as I mentioned, the kind of quickest and easiest way to either find my details or information for Bangladesh students for Nottingham is just to Google Bangladesh University of Nottingham, and that will take you to our page with all our information. So go there, and then hopefully see you someday soon in the University of Nottingham.
Anaf, what is your advice for Bangladeshi students who want to study in Nottingham?
It's simple. Like, if anyone wants to be here in the University of Nottingham, then you really need to believe that they have the ability to get into the university at first. They really need to believe that, have to really tailor the application in a way that they get the offer at first, and then comes the other things, like if they want a scholarship or if they do not want a scholarship, that is a different part of thing. University of Nottingham really will make you feel like a home, because it is such a beautiful place and such a beautiful community. What I've loved the most is the people here. The culture here is so beautiful, it's so vibrant, and I would love to know that the people from the international arena come and really find the British people so warming, so welcoming, so friendly, and so cooperative, that makes us really feel great. So for the international students or the Bangladeshi students, you don't have anything to worry about coming here in the university, and it's really fantastic and great experience.
And this is something really, really, thank you so much for mentioning that, because when you're leaving your family, your friends, and you're going alone in a new country to study, the feeling of warmth, or if you feel unwelcome when you go, can really switch things off. But it's great to know Anaf's experience, where the people have been so nice and so welcoming that it made things very easy. Anaf, and this is, I'm going to put you on the spot, but please be honest. I mean, I want you to give a 100% honest answer. You could have applied by yourself. You could have applied through any agent. You applied through Macy's. Why? What was your experience? If it's bad, please tell the students, bad, but, just be honest with your answer.
100% honest. It's been a great experience, to be very honest, because first of all, as you have previously mentioned, Mrs. do not take any charge from the students. That is what I have heard. Many agencies take around lakhs of charges in Bangladeshi taka. They just one of my friends have said that one of the agencies at first she went to the agency, and the agency told that you need to give me 2 lakhs of taka for this. Without his service. This is just hilarious, and Macy's is far better, and it is very, very official, and right from the very beginning, the professional behavior which I got from each and every staff from Macy's. I have also met you for several other times in the office. You have been really nice in behavior, all of the helping side of things, and all of the staffs which I have caught as my mentors were really fantastic. And I would like to suggest that the students from Bangladesh, just go to Macy's and see the behavior, see the environment. You will believe yourself.
Anaf, I'm blushing here because it's very difficult for a dark man to blush. But if they could only see, thank you so much for that resounding, endorsement. So those of you who are applying, look, I don't know how people charge and get away with asking for hundreds of thousands of taka to process an application. I mean, it really doesn't make any sense. First of all, go to authorized agencies who work with that university if you want to go to that university. If you come to Macy's, I mean, we work with more than 200 universities across UK, USA, Canada, Japan, Malaysia, Australia. In UK alone, we work with more than 100. I think the exact number is 107 or something like that. And there are only 150 or 60 universities in total. So, we cover pretty much, 70% of the universities. And our charges, we don't have any charges. So please take advantage of that. You do not need to, go and pay for application to the UK. And this is something I really honestly believe. We get paid by the universities. It's not like we're a charity. The reason we don't charge you is the university pays us. and we are happy to help you, guide you, and it is in our best interest if you get a scholarship. That increases our pride, because you're a Bangladeshi student who got another scholarship. So this is great to help you, the community, put you in touch with great students like Anaf, who can help you really settle in and all that. So Anaf, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for a great this thing. They say, I say this, time flies when you're having fun. We've already reached 51 minutes. Thank you so much for being there. So those of you who have listened patiently, and hope to see you again on our next show.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for all the issues.
Thank you so much.